number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Wear a mask if you have to leave your homes, and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we all strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to InfoHub for Monday, June 15. Thanks for joining us. In the absence of a national budget, should the country's recent general and regional elections deemed nullified by the Guyana Elections Commission, President David Granger says a mechanism would have to be put in place to assure that additional funds are provided. Here's Anara Khan with our first report.
The National Assembly, Parliament, is the authority for financial appropriations, and I dissolved Parliament on the 30th of December 2019. For funds to be provided, there will have to be some mechanism for Parliament to be reconvened.
President Granger explained for this to happen, an agreement would have to be made with all the members of the 11th Parliament.
And that would require, of course, some form of agreement in which the Parliament, the members of the 11th Parliament, are prepared to resume. But I cannot at this point say what legal mechanism could be employed to reconvene the 11th Parliament.
His Excellency noted that adequate funds were provided to the Elections Commission to facilitate the 2020 electoral process.
The detailed report submitted by the Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lowenfield, to the Chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission should not come as a surprise to Guyanese, as there is adequate evidence of several irregularities unearthed during the recount process. This was asserted by Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Catherine Hughes. She was speaking on Mark Benchcop's Straight Up program.
I was not surprised because we literally had over 30 days of everyday live updates and reports of a range of anomalies, which I think by the final day had exceeded 8,100 and something. So I was not surprised, and I think that what is very important is considering we can't just go with the numbers. We have to look at the quality and the integrity of the process.
Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Catherine Hughes. The CEO report submitted Saturday last has indicated that the March 2 general and regional elections lacked impartiality and fairness. Notably, these findings of irregularities range from missing certificates of employment and oaths of identity that are required by electors voting without ID cards, instances of electors voting with oaths of identity but were not listed under the OLE, and cases where some ballot boxes were found with extra ballots or without the requisite documentation were also identified.
I think that fundamentally the process has been shown to be to lack the integrity that is absolutely required with an election of this importance, and any election.
Minister Hughes said these unlawful issues emerging from the recount exercise substantiate the claims of electoral fraud made by the Partnership for National Unity Alliance for Change coalition. Among other cases detected, the Public Telecommunication Minister reminded of the over 8,000 instances of fraud affecting 1,222 of the 2,339 total ballot boxes.
These 8,000 plus that we have found are anomalies that we are aware of. That's what we've actually seen. As I said to you, these ballot boxes have been doing a very good job of speaking. And if you consider that, we know of 8,000, how many more were we just unable to catch?
Minister Hughes underscored the importance of Guyanese knowing the truth of the ongoing recount process. For InfoHub, I am Kellon Rover.
Meanwhile, the report presented to the Guyana Elections Commission on Saturday by the Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lowenfield, detailed widespread fraud across the 10 electoral districts, which has affected more than 200,000 votes. The report entails a compilation of the tabulated statements of recount and observation reports from the 10 regions. The indiscretions were found to be in all forms, from the absence of the critical official list of electors and poll books to missing unused ballots. There was a host of unstamped ballots in areas known to be strongholds of the incumbent. The CEO's report said the March 2 polls lacked credibility because of the 4,864 cases of voter impersonation and over 2,000 anomalies. It noted that because of the massive irregularities, it could not satisfy the criteria of impartiality, fairness, and compliance with the Constitution or the Representation of the People's Act. Let's tell you now that thousands of students and teachers today turned out to schools across the country in preparation for several major examinations. More from Letitia Isaacs.
The students who are preparing to sit the NGSA, CSEC, and CAPE were fully outfitted with their masks. The Education Ministry has stepped up to provide free care packages for every student, which includes hand sanitizers, face masks, toilet tissue, and soap. Minister of Education Dr. Nicolette Henry visited city schools to check on the implementation of safety measures and students. Regional Education Officer Region 3 Anesta Douglas explained that education officers are at various schools across the region to ensure that all health measures are being implemented correctly.
Today I am out in the field and we are monitoring the commencement of the engagement period for the grade 6 learners in preparation for the National Grade 6 Assessment 2020. We will also be monitoring the secondary schools as well.
Head teacher of the West Demerara Secondary School said that almost all of his fifth form students have turned out to school.
We have met as a staff to plan for our students' revision, which starts today, the 15th of June. We are offering all subjects timetable or off of a CXC to our students. So we have ensured on our timetable that we cater for all those subjects to be revised. I'm happy that teachers have responded to this cause, and we're happy to have so many of our students starting out here today.
Students are only expected to attend school on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays until their respective examinations commence. Schools across Guyana have made preparations for students and teachers to be as safe as possible while learning. Letitia Isaacs, for Info Hub.
More news after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Jamaica with a message from my people. We don't know when COVID-19 will go, so for now better stay at home. Oh, we don't know, so let we try and cope. Sanitizer, use a soap. Oh, I won't stop, and don't you stop. Responsibility is what you've got to self-preserve the health you've got. Good hygiene, we need to all adapt. I won't stop, don't you stop. Stay away from crowds cause it's way too packed. We all should stay 3 feet away, and in time we make this virus stop.
This is a message from Tamika Marshall and the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Welcome back. After undergoing 2 tests with a 24-hour window, 3 residents at the Palms Geriatric Home have recovered from the coronavirus. Director of Social Services at the Social Protection Ministry, Wentworth Tanner, said a team from his ministry has been working closely with the Ministry of Public Health in this regard. Details from Ayana George.
3 out of 10 residents who tested positive for the coronavirus at the Palms Geriatric Home were tested negative on Saturday after undergoing 2 tests within a 24-hour window at the facility. Among the recovered is a 105-year-old woman. Director of Social Services Wentworth Tanner, in an interview with InfoHub, said health protocols were maintained through excellent teamwork.
We've been working closely throughout this process with the Ministry of Public Health. We have brought on additional staff, additional trained persons to be able to help with the effort. I must thank the folks who are assigned to that ward, Sister Mingo and her team. They've done a really, really good work with those folks who tested positive and are part of that ward. We have been working closely, as I said, with the HEOC, Dr. Boville at the Georgetown Public Hospital, and Dr. Boville, who is the Deputy Chief Medical Officer.
Tanner said the ministry is ensuring that those who are working directly with residents who were tested positive for the virus receive the necessary safety gears.
Of course, there are different levels of the gear that is given out to the staff. Those persons who are not working closely with the residents who tested positive have a different level of equipment given to them. But the persons who are working with the persons who have tested positive, of course, they will have the full package. We've constructed a decontamination area in that ward to ensure that when our staff completes their the caring for those persons who are in the ward, they don't bring anything out of the ward. They go through that decontamination area, change the clothing and the equipment that they use in the area where those persons are housed, and of course have a shower, wash up, and exit with clean clothing, and so to prevent cross-contamination.
Presently, 7 residents at the facility are still in quarantine.
However, unfortunately, we have several persons at the Palms who do not have any relatives on record. So, of course, we are the sole caregivers for those persons, and we try to provide as much support as possible for them.
The director noted that until the Ministry of Public Health gives permission, the visitation will be prohibited at the elderly care and other facilities. These include the Palms Geriatric Home, the Mahaika Hospital, Hugo Chavez Center, the Night Shelter, and the Children's Home. For InfoHub, Ayana George.
Remember to do your part to ensure that you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, or difficulty breathing, please seek medical care early, but call the hotline numbers first. That's all for today. Connect with us on our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. You can also subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bridge Report is up next. Goodbye for now.